Alright, so if you're watching this video and you're trying to figure out whether you want to be a setter or a closer so you can finally start making some money in remote sales, let me just tell you straight up, you're asking the wrong question, dude. And honestly, whenever someone asks me that, I know they're about to waste a ton of time because they're focusing on the wrong thing. And here's what usually happens. You go watch a ton of YouTube videos, you figure out that setters are making 3 to 10K a month and closers are making 5 to 30K a month, and you think to yourself, okay, perfect, I'll just be a closer because they're making more money. But then you spend 3 months cold DMing influencers and getting 0 replies, jumping on offers that don't even have leads for you to close, and not really making any money regardless of what role you picked. In fact, the real answer is way simpler than you think, and it was only when I understood this that I was able to hit 30K a month, which really let me have the freedom that I wanted, travel where I wanted, work when I wanted, and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna be breaking down exactly where to actually start if you wanna be hitting 10K a month ASAP, and by 90% of aspiring closers are doing it straight up backwards right now. Alright, it's Luke McNaughton here. If you don't know me, I dropped out of college at 19, learned high ticket sales, helped scale a company from 8K a month to 400K a month. Now I help people learn how to make 10K plus per month online so they never have to live on someone else's terms again. If you're tired of the traditional path like I was, you're in the right place. So, setter or closer? Well, the first thing you need to understand is why this question even exists. Like, everyone's asking, should I be a setter or a closer? Because they think it's the role that decides how fast they make money. Which makes sense, right? Because everyone's watching YouTube videos of closers making 30K a month and setters making 10K a month. So obviously, they're like, I'll be a closer, it's more money, done, check. But here's what no one's actually telling you. That's not actually how it works. The role doesn't decide the speed you make 10K. The offer quality does. There's actually 2 completely different problems that beginners face, and most people only focus on one. So problem number 1, you don't know how to sell yet. You've never done discovery, you freeze up on calls, you can't handle objections. Problem number 2, you don't have good access to quality offers. You're cold DMing hundreds of influencers, getting ghosted, or jumping on offers with 0 lead flow. Most people try to solve problem number 1 without ever fixing problem number 2. They spend 6 months learning objection handling and then jump on an offer where the leads suck, the commission's trash, and they're grinding 60 hours a week for 3K a month. The order matters, but not in the way you might think. Alright, so here's the actual path based on where you're starting from. If you're brand new, 0 sales experience, you're starting as a setter, period. And that's exactly where you should be. Setting teaches you how to not take no for an answer, how to qualify a prospect in 4 seconds, how to have 300 conversations a day without your energy dying. Here's the rule. Whatever commission you want to make, multiply that by 10, and that's the annual revenue that company should be doing. Want to make 60K a year as a setter? You need a company doing at least 600K a year. Want 100K? They need to be doing $1 million plus. Why? Because a company doing 30K a month can't afford to pay you well. They have no lead flow, and you'll be stuck grinding with no results. If you have some experience, maybe you've done sales before, you might skip straight to closing. But you're competing with closers who have track records. So you may want to take a setting role at a bigger company, prove yourself for 60 to 90 days, and move up internally. I've seen this work. You kill it for 2 months, and the company's like, we need this guy closing for us. We're losing money having him just set. Here's the real key. Whether you're going setter or closer, the biggest factor in hitting 10K a month quickly isn't the role, it's the offer quality. A setter on a great offer can hit 10K a month in 90 days. A closer on a trash offer may never hit 10K a month. So the actual order is this. Be honest about your experience level. Find the highest quality offer you have access to. Start as a setter if you're new. Master the fundamentals and level up to closing when you are undeniable. The role is just a vehicle. The offer is the road. Bad road doesn't matter how fast your car is. Alright, so when do you actually move up to closing? It's not about time. It's about becoming undeniable. You should be so good at setting that the company is literally losing money by not letting you close. That is the benchmark. So what does that actually look like? Well, you're setting leads so clean that the closer is just accepting payment. You're setting 10 to 15 appointments a week, 80 to 90% of them show up. When closers see your name on a lead, they get excited. When you hit that level, business owners think, if we let this guy pitch, he can close these on the spot. Why are we letting him hand it off? And that's when you win. Here are the actual indicators you're ready. 1, you've mastered BANT. Budget, authority, need, time. You can qualify all of those in under 10 minutes without the prospect even realizing it. You understand pain points so well that you create urgency without being pushy. 2, you're hitting volume consistently and not getting burnt out. 200 to 300 calls a day and your energy is still high on call 250. You're not getting emotional when prospects hang up. If you can't handle the grind of setting, you are not ready for closing. 3, your close rate is above team average. If the team's appointments close at 20 to 25% and yours close at 30 to 35% while still maintaining volume, that's a signal. You're sending better leads. If you're below average, you're not ready. Work on your qualification. Number 4, you're pre-handling objections. The closer rarely hears, I need to think about it, or I need to talk to my spouse, because you already addressed it. When you're pre-handling objections so well that the closer is just like vibing, you're ready. Okay, so the actual timeline. If you're on a good offer, you're putting in real volume, and you're coachable, you can be ready to close in 60 to 90 days. But some people stay setters for a year and still aren't ready. Why? They're half-assing it. Setting 5 appointments a week instead of 20. Not asking questions, not getting feedback. If you want to move up fast, treat setting like it's your own business. Those 300 calls a day, those are your leads. The more you dial, the better you get, and the faster you level up. Here's the real shift that needs to happen. Stop thinking of setting as something you need to get through to become a closer. Setting is where you build the foundation. Develop mental toughness. Learn to read people in just a few seconds. All of the best closers were amazing setters first. So if you're a setter right now, don't be the person who says, man, I just want to close already. Be the setter or the person who says, I'm going to be so good at this that they have no choice except to make me a closer. When you become undeniable, you move up. Period. All right, so that's that. Look, if you're still sitting on the sidelines, wondering what to do or jumping between things while everyone else is actually making moves, I put a link in the description, and I'm not trying to be harsh here, but every month you stay in the same spots, you're losing money. Not just the money going out, I'm talking about the money that you're not bringing in. That's the real cost. The link isn't some $5,000 course or a 2-hour pitch disguised as a webinar. It's me explaining exactly how I can help you get placed into a high-ticket sales role so you can start making actual money. You don't have to click it, but if you're tired of wasting time while others are making $20,000 to $30,000 a month, like clockwork, it's there for you. That's all for this video. If you got value, hit the like button. It genuinely helps push it out to other people who need it also. Drop a comment with any questions or what you want me to cover in the next one. And subscribe if you want more real content on breaking into sales and building actual freedom. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.